So good morning. Well, thanks for spending some time with us today. And I guess we just wanted to talk about this partnership that we've gone with Crime Stoppers and Kaspersky, and maybe for some people give them some background as to how Kaspersky started and what's your passion and how big is the company?
Well, the business started long ago during the MS-DOS time, Microsoft Disk Operating System. So the company was established 20 years ago,
right.
But I started a few years before, and the first computer virus I got on my computer, it was in 1989.
1989.
So almost 30 years ago.
You're obviously incredibly passionate about this because when you started, you were giving the software away for free.
It was just my hobby.
Yeah.
It was like the garage work, so I give it to
funny
others.
enough, so your sense of corporate social responsibility started right at the beginning.
I'm afraid at that time I didn't know such a term as a social
Yeah,
responsibility.
I know, exactly. And so now this product is sold obviously right around the world.
Everywhere around the world.
Everywhere around the world. So if people want to buy a Kaspersky product, which is all about internet security, I assume that there's sort of like a base level to start, and then it goes higher and higher until
Yes,
you sort of
exactly.
Like you've got a consumer level, and then you must have some kind of enterprise level. Is that right?
Yes, we have a product for the different targeted audiences. For consumers, we have even free products, so you can just download it, install it, and use it for free.
Right.
We have the paid, the more complicated products, the more expensive products for consumers, for small businesses, for enterprises. And upper we go, so it's more complicated is to manage, because the different people, different businesses, they're facing different security issues.
Right.
So the bigger businesses and more close to the enterprises or government segment, they're also facing not just the cybercrime, but also the very professional targeted attacks.
All right. So tell me, our Crime Stoppers and Kaspersky, I mean, obviously for us, it's about understanding, getting knowledge from you guys so that we can educate our
Share that, yes.
Share that knowledge.
Yes, exactly.
Share that knowledge. And is there anything else that you wanted to sort of?
Exactly. I think that we don't need to recreate the bicycle. So I think that exactly the same what we do for to fight with traditional crime, what you do, to explain people, to educate them, to ask them to cooperate against the crime. So exactly the same must be done in the cyberspace. So it's not a virtual world, it's also a physical world, but it's in cyber. So we need to do exactly the same. So we need to educate people, to warn them about the new types of the new vectors of criminal activities, the new vectors of the devices they're using for the criminals, and also to recruit people to assist us, to help us with the cybercrime.
Right, fantastic. Really delighted to actually sit down with you today so we can have this chat and talk about internet safety, cyber safety, and work out, we've got our plan to make the landscape safer for everybody. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Nishin.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I just want to know, can you talk about what you do at Kaspersky and where are you working? Like, which country are you located in? Because this is a worldwide company.
Sure. I'm a security researcher working in Kaspersky Lab Australia and New Zealand.
Right.
I'm based in Australia, Melbourne. What I do is working on cyber attacks on my daily basis. I do technical analysis on different parts of the attacks, like malwares, different infection vectors for different attacks, from cyber criminal attacks to cyber espionage attacks, every kind of cyber attack. And I'm part of a global team which we have different people in different countries all around the world, and we work together to solve cyber crime and different cyber attacks.
The younger generation seem to have less of a importance on the privacy and protecting their identity, and do you think that might affect them later in life? That's right. Like
yes, the address or the geolocation on their photos, which shows their school, where the school is based, where their university is based, or where their family live or their work, which can be really sensitive information. We didn't used to share this information back then with the strangers in the streets.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that, because I've often said to people, like when I get interviewed by the media, I said, but like 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, if I was going away on holiday, I wouldn't print up like a little brochure and then go and hand it out to every person in the street and go, I know you don't know who I am, but I'm just letting you know that I'm going on holiday.
Exactly.
So my house is nice and empty. So if you want to rob my house, this is where I live. You should feel free to break into my home.
Exactly. That's
it's the same thing,
funny.
right?
Exactly.
Exactly the same thing.
That's exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Just explain. So a lot of the computers, like the laptops and desktops, they have built-in security now. They actually come shipped with, the manufacturer's got security, but that's a different kind of security to what the Kaspersky internet security provides. Is that correct?
We have many different layers of security. What we provide is why we call it security KSN or Kaspersky Security Network, is that it's a real-time network of all the sensors that we have. If we detect some threat in one place in the world, in real time we can protect all the systems from that threat all over the world.
Okay, so let me just understand this. So basically, here's a piece of hardware that's got built-in security, but essentially it's just sleeping, right? It's not awake all the time. And it's not being updated all the time unless you go in and you actually do the security updates. With Kaspersky network security, you've basically got it's kind of watching your system all the time, 24/7. So if you detect something somewhere else, then you're saying real time you can actually protect the other computers if you detect something somewhere else. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and
that's a huge thing that I think people need to know. Like, it's really important.
It's very important. We have antivirus for mobile phones as well, and we have browser for mobile phones that you can use to be more safe online. But I think the most important thing is that we have to change some behaviors when we use our mobiles. It's not safe to click on every link that people send you, or open every file or every message that people send you. Many times the most common way for attackers to get into your system, your personal system or corporate networks or whatever network that you have, the most common way for attackers is using social engineering and try to look friendly, try to look trustworthy and send you a message or a file that when you just open it, you get your systems infected.
Lives are much faster than they used to be. So you get a message or you see an email or whatever and you want to deal with it straight away. And you have to actually put some discipline into that. Okay, actually, I'm going to deal with this a bit later.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
Okay.